What's going on, all of you fantastic freelancers? My name is William, the host of your Anthem, and it's been a pretty eventful last few weeks. Apologies for not covering it or discussing it sooner. I kind of wanted to wait until a few more things were solidified, or there was some more proof to the leaks that we received last week from Jason Schreier. However, you can't wait forever, and I figured at least it was worth discussing now with a bit more of a level-headed approach. I'm also recording this video with a blanket over my head and the microphone because I'm not in my studio. I'm visiting Lauren in Texas right now, and oh my god, is this winter storm nothing to joke about. So apologies if I sound a little off or the audio quality is a little different, or, you know, if you hear any teeth chattering in the video. So for those of you who aren't on Twitter or seeing this stuff regularly and daily, last week, Jason Schreier reported that Anthem Next was under review by EA. Now, this by itself is not a huge deal. Literally every game that has a major publisher goes through this. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Apex, Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty, Borderlands, and the list goes on and on. As I said before, this is a fairly regular process in game development. This is where a team presents their hypothesis and basically says, hey, we're ready to move on to the next phase of development. We need more money so we can expand the team and increase the development size, go into pre-development, and so on and so forth. However, that said, it's not really all that often that we find out when these things go down. And there aren't too many games like Anthem that have a lot riding on this very, very crucial interval in game development. As Jason said in his article, which I will leave a link to in the description below, he points out that this is make or break time for Anthem. And he's not wrong. EA can decide on a number of factors whether or not to continue on with Anthem's development. These variables include, of course, profitability. Anthem did make back its money, and it was the third best-selling game of 2019, so no real problem there. Also, EA has spent additional money to develop Anthem Next, and traditionally, they're not the biggest fans of losing money. Almost 2 years of development time is not cheap. But there are other variables to consider aside from profits and losses. EA has been making a real effort lately to turn around its brand image. And BioWare has been one of those studios that has been hit the hardest with, well, the brand reception. From Mass Effect Andromeda's shaky launch to Anthem's shaky launch, the studio needs a real win. And who doesn't love a comeback story? I've mentioned that several times, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it. As much as people love to tear down somebody or tear down a game, it seems like they always love a redemption story even more. And we'll actually go into that in a future video. But with BioWare releasing the Mass Effect Legendary Edition in May, and the next Dragon Age title coming out in the next couple years, it feels like that studio is making a major turnaround, at least on the Edmonton end. But my point is, EA would have to weigh if developing Anthem Next would really receive as well as they hope. Is the brand already too damaged? Is the sentiment around the game too far gone? Is it better to scrap development and move those assets elsewhere? Personally, I feel like that would be a huge waste. They've already got a great base game, and yeah, a lot of the systems need tweaking, but I mean, come on. You can't compete with Anthem's movement and flight mechanics. Combo system just feels so good. And there's nothing like roaming around a dangerous world in your Javelin. Another factor outside of profits and losses would be player reception and consumer reception. From the outside looking in, EA has only seen really a bunch of negativity, toxicity, and in general a pretty poor reception to Anthem in the past. You don't have to look far beyond the Reddit to see that. And it's been that way for some time. Of course, Anthem has a small but loyal fan base. But is that really enough? Would enough consumers seriously pick up Anthem Next if given the chance? Would enough players give it a second chance? You know, I see it regularly in the comments section of the videos, but the overall sentiment that I typically see is, if the game isn't free, then I'm not playing it, or I'm not giving another penny to EA and BioWare for this game. And I say that, but I genuinely do understand where some of you are coming from. For someone like me, I got my full $80 experience out of the game. Biases aside, with me being a content creator for the game, I had fun while I played it. Granted, I don't play it daily or even monthly now, but I definitely got my investment out of it. Though if we do take a look at the overall sentiment about Anthem now, I think a lot of us have been pleasantly surprised. Once Jason's article released, it's almost like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of fans came out of the woodworks. Suddenly, Twitter was overflowing with the hashtag #IBelieveInAnthem. Reddit was making positive posts for the first time in a very long time. And even other communities such as the Titanfall, Apex, Borderlands, Destiny, and even the Paragon game community came forward in support of Anthem. As I said, we'll cover that in another video, but it was truly awesome to see and still be seeing right now. As I said before, biases aside, I truly think more people than not would play Anthem, would play the redemption story, and give it another shot. Now, I can't speak for everyone, obviously. There are, of course, the never-Anthemers, such as my favorite Forbes writer, who play both sides of the fence. Oh, I would love nothing more for EA and Bioware to throw more money into Anthem, even though I've been slamming it for the last 3 years. But hey, I'm better at complaining about things than actually coming up with solutions or saying anything nice. I hate gaming journalism. Bottom line of my little soapbox here, I do think people would play Anthem next. I do think enough consumers that were burned by the original Anthem would definitely come back. Maybe not all at once, but there's hope. Now, as far as when we're going to hear EA's verdict on Anthem next, that kinda remains to be seen. No doubt, it'll be known internally long before we know anything about it, but if Jason Schreier's contact is accurate and to be believed, it should be around the end of this week that we will know something. Personally, I have my doubts. The review process for games takes a little longer than a week of deliberation, especially with something that is this tricky. But what do you think about the future of Anthem next? Would you play it if EA gave it the thumbs up? Have anything nice to say to the Bioware Austin team? Words of encouragement? Feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and as always, I will read them and respond if there's conversational potential, and, you know, if I'm not freezing to death. And if you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date on all things about Anthem, then please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and allows me to reach more freelancers just like you. I hope all of you fantastic freelancers have an absolutely phenomenal day as always, and I'm looking forward to seeing each and every last one of you in the next video very soon. And remember, freelancers, we are strong alone, but we are so much stronger together.